Welcome back to NTV News First Edition. 1 in 7 Canadian children aged 11 to 16 is the victim of bullying. For children in grades 4 to 6, that increases to 1 in 4. So why should we take schoolyard bullying more seriously? Joining me now to explain is Dr. Janine Hubbard with our regular Thursday feature, Get Sight. Thank you for being here. Great to see you again.
Oh, nice to be back.
So what is bullying?
Well, that's one of those really important distinctions that is important to teach kids, because sometimes we find the term being overused, which then doesn't give enough credit to actual bullying. So you want to examine, is a behavior mean? Is it rude, or is it bullying? And some of the main aspects that classify something as bullying is there's generally a power imbalance, it's an intentional behavior, it's repeated, and it's targeted. So that, you know, there is one specific kid or one or two who are consistently being the targets. And like I say, it's not just an accidental, oh, you bumped into somebody in the hallway and knocked them over.
When does bullying become assault?
Really good question. Anytime. I mean, we go with the legal definition of assault, because we also know that bullying comes in many forms. The physical, as we sort of said, the assault version is the most obvious, but we also know that it happens a lot in terms of social media, and particularly around social exclusion in particular, which is a really hard one to pick up. So it can come in many, many forms, and it's important to remember that some of those forms actually are illegal. It could be assault, it could be sharing a photograph of someone that is, you know, deemed child pornography, or is deemed an observation of a crime. Like, there are lots of things that people don't think through, and they brush it off as, it's just, you know, kids being kids, and just, you know, suck it up, get used to it. All of those kind of things make it far more difficult for us to be able to talk about bullying and address bullying.
What are some of the warning signs then that your child might be experiencing bullying?
You want to watch for any kind of behavior changes, avoidance of school, avoidance of social or extracurricular activities. If you see a lot of what we call somatic complaints, so things like bad bellies, headaches, not sleeping well, changes in their school performance, for example, not wanting to hang out with the same friend group that perhaps they have, and notably, especially in older kids, if you either see them being really secretive with their electronic devices, or when that alert goes off, you kind of see them cringe almost a little bit. That can be a warning sign that maybe there's something going on there that you might want to be paying more attention to.
Okay, I know we only have about a minute left. What are some of the long-term consequences then of bullying?
Well, this is why we can't minimize it, is because we know that there are long-term mental health and even employment and relationship issues for both bullies and the victims, those who are bullied. We see an increase in anxiety, depression. People who have sustained repeated bullying wind up not being able to trust, not trusting their own self-confidence, so not feeling competent to address further conflicts in the future. They have trouble forming relationships. Bullies themselves are far more prone to, again, depression, but antisocial behaviors, illegal behaviors, addictions are really strong. And then in particular, the bullied bullies, so perhaps children who've experienced bullying in, say, their home environment, are at the highest risk, particularly for things like suicidal ideation.
Okay, we are now out of time, but I do want to let you know and let the viewers know that we were just showing a website address, which is www.prevnet.ca, and that, I guess, has a whole bunch of information for parents.
It has a wealth of information, and in particular, I like to highlight they have a way of documenting bullying episodes, so that you're able to then present it to the school and say, look, this is a repeated pattern. This is what has happened. And it helps couch it in ways to you know, help to have it addressed. And it is really important not to just dismiss. If it is truly bullying, it needs to be addressed at all levels, home, school, therapy as needed.
Dr. Janine Hubbard, thank you so much.
Thanks.